Going shopping at my parents' house, 'cause I need some stuff from my parents' house. Gonna take it home to my house, 'cause I need this stuff at my house. It's not stealing when you're at your parents' house. They want the best for you at your parents' house. Taking this stuff back to my house to improve things back at my house. Shopping here is free at my parents' house. They don't need all this stuff at their house.
Hi, my name is Adriana. Today I will be showing off my new bookshelf as well as a bit of a book haul from my parents' house. So starting off with the construction and organization of my bookshelf, I had to take everything off of the taller bookshelf obviously so I could move it over to the side to give a little bit more room to the new one. And I was fortunate enough that my boyfriend built the new short one for me and was helping me put it in, as well as installing some LED lights to put in. So we got this set from Home Depot, and we also bought some accessory kit lighting thing to connect it all together because it just comes in one long strip, and I obviously wanted a strip for each shelf. So you can see here, it comes in one long strip, comes with a power supply, and plugs into the wall. It also comes with these smaller clips. If you have a smaller spanse to go across, you could use these, but we use the clips that were in that accessory kit, and they just attach to any set of wiring that you cut. So you can see here, it is in the shelf. And around the back you can see the hole that we drilled into the bookshelf and then put the wiring down to the next one. Here I'm just cleaning the shelves because you got to make sure it sticks down well, and they were really dirty. And then you just peel off the back and stick the LED strip down. And it lights up all pretty. And then of course I had to fill all those books back in. I started with my TBR shelf and then worked my way down my color coordinated shelves, going from yellow, or it's white to yellow to orange, and kind of the same color that I had going before. Here I'm just installing the other shelves lights. It took us a couple days to get the lights all put together. We had some issues with some of the clips, so I would suggest, if you're using the same stuff, to get some extra connection clips. It also comes with not connector clips but little hooks to keep the wiring all in place where you want it to be. So once I had all of the lights put in, I finished organizing all my books. I continued some of the color gradient across to the other shelf and went all the way across with my blues and greens, and then worked my way back down to the other shelf with some of my darker brown and black books. Here is the semi-finished product. As you can see, I have two totally blank shelves, so this is when I decided to go raid my parents' house. So let's go through all of the stuff I picked up from my parents' house. Starting with a dust jacket for a book I loaned my dad that I thought I would never get back. So throw that on here. Aha! Most of what I picked up is just trade paperbacks of a bunch of different James Rollins novels that I read in high school. Technically these are my dad's, but I don't think he's going to reread them anytime soon. And so I would like to probably reread some of these. So I took them. So many. Oh god. So yeah. All of these bad boys. These are all James Rollins. Not all are Signal Force. Some of them are standalones, but these are all James Rollins novels that I am stealing from my dad. I also have this hardback of Seventh Plague that I also stole. I grabbed this back from my dad. I didn't realize he still had it, but it is A Woman of No Importance. I read this a while ago and figured my dad would enjoy it, and he did, but I'm going to take it back now. These next two books are two pretty important books from my childhood, one of which being The Haunted Mesa by Louis L'Amour. This is one of the books my dad read to me when I was a kid. He just kind of read it chapter by chapter. I have never read it on my own. I've only listened to it from my dad, so at some point I would like to read this on my own. The other one is one my dad read to me. I have also read this on my own, but that is 5,000 Miles Underground. This is a very old book. I think it's like a first edition of a book written in the 1910s. If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, 1908. So this is a 110-year-old book, but it's beautiful. I mean, look at that cover. So beautifully illustrated, and it's just, oh, I love this book. So my dad might be a little upset when he watches this video and saw that I took it, but I will take very good care of it, Dad, I promise. Another one I grabbed just because people keep telling me I should read it, and that is The Malta Exchange by Steve Berry. Steve Berry is in a similar vein of like Dan Brown and James Rollins, and not really President Child, but kind of the same like dad lit umbrella that I talk about sometimes. But I don't know. I might read this at some point, so I decided to pick it up while I was there. This next one is one I just left in like my childhood bedroom, and that is East of Eden. This is the copy that I bought when my friend said that he was going to read it with me and then he didn't, so I ended up reading this by myself for like 3 months. I'm glad I found it, and I have it again. This is one I found at my parents' house. It's just like a childhood picture book on different types of pyramids from Mesoamerica, South America, and Africa. So all sorts of different pyramids. The last group of books that I got were these Waldo books. So I was a big fan of Waldo growing up. I enjoy these books immensely. And I think there's still probably some random notes and stuff as far as when I found Waldo and when I didn't. Oh yeah. Yeah, no. So these will just be kind of fun to have around. These are definitely big childhood things, which definitely tracks with like everything I am as a person. Of course I was obsessed with Waldo. So let's go ahead and get these books organized in my 2 shelves. One more I forgot about is another childhood fave, and that is Sphinx's Princess. This goes along with the Nobody's Princess, Nobody's Prize that I've talked about before. Nobody's Princess, Nobody's Prize is focused on Helen of Troy, and this is actually more of a historical fiction based on Cleopatra as a young tween. So in all honesty, this shelf has kind of just turned into like a James Rollins plus like 2 childhood faves shelf, which I'm not exactly upset about, like at all. I'd like to try to take some time and try to fill in some of the gaps of the books that I am missing, but for now, I think this is kind of where we're at. Although this up here could be gone like that. Okay, anyways, there always seems to be more fidgeting and finessing to be done. But I think for now I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. Obviously there's still a lot of space down here. I don't know, I might mess with some of this. I don't know. We'll see. we'll see what I do. But for now, I'm pretty happy with where this is at, and I'll make sure to get one last shot of the semi-finished product. So here they are in all of their glory. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.